Hello guys, welcome to Learning with Prep Class. I am your tutor, Adindu. In this video, I'll be solving questions 26 to 30 from the Aqua Basic Science 2015 questions. After this video, you would have gained understanding on how to carefully select the correct answer when solving questions in basic science. It's usually fun having you guys around, and I know this video will be a worthwhile session. Do not forget to like and subscribe on our YouTube channel. You can go the extra mile of leaving a comment so we can communicate for effective learning. Without further ado, let's zoom in. Question 26. The parasite that causes sleeping sickness is A. Bacteria, B. Trypanosome, C. Nematode, D. Plasmodium. For us to carefully select the correct answer, we need to analyze all of the options and see which one best answers our question. Now, parasites are basically disease-causing organisms and they are carried around by vectors. So vector carries parasites which causes the disease. Now, as regards the cause of sleeping sickness, the vector that carries the parasite for sleeping sickness is no other than tsetse fly. And the parasite which causes sleeping sickness is what we call the trypanosome. It's not a bacteria, it's not a nematode. Plasmodium causes malaria. So trypanosome is what causes sleeping sickness. I'm going to be reading an explanation to us which will better give us a conviction and an understanding regarding our answer. Let's check it out. So African trypanosomiasis, also known as sleeping sickness, is caused by microscopic parasites of the species Trypanosoma brucei. It is transmitted by the tsetse fly, which is found only in sub-Saharan Africa. So trypanosomiasis is the sickness also known as sleeping sickness, and it is carried by the vector tsetse fly, which transmits the parasite that causes the disease, and the parasite is known as Trypanosoma brucei. So our correct answer is trypanosome. Let's check it out. Question 26, option B, trypanosome is our correct answer. Let's look at the next question. Question 27. A trained person who takes X-ray of bones and tissues of the body is A. Physiologist, B. Pharmacologist, C. Gynecologist, D. Radiologist. For us to carefully select the correct answer, we need to analyze all of the options and see which one best answers our question. Now, all of these options pertain to medical practitioning, but one option that best answers our question is the radiologist. He is the person trained to use X-ray to visualize bones and tissues. I'm also going to read out an explanation to us which will explain all of these options and we'll have a better understanding why radiologist is our correct answer. Physiologist, an expert in or student of the branch of biology that deals with the normal functioning of living organisms and their parts. So a physiologist has to do with the normal function of living organisms and their various parts, the parts of living organisms. So that's not our correct answer. Pharmacologist, research and test medications and chemical compounds for the development of drug therapies, the prevention of drug interactions, and so forth. So a pharmacologist has to do with the design of drugs. So that's not also our correct answer. Gynecologist, a physician or surgeon qualified to practice in gynecology. So what then is gynecology? Gynecology is the medical practice dealing with the health of female reproductive system. So a gynecologist has to do with the female reproductive system. And that's not our correct answer. Radiologist, the person who uses X-ray or other high energy radiation, especially a doctor specializing in radiology. So a radiologist uses radiation to examine the internal organs or bone material in living things. So our correct answer is radiologist. Let's check it out. Question 27, option D, radiologist is our correct answer. Let's look at the next question. Question 28. The function of lipase is to digest A. Starch, B. Proteins, C. Vitamins, D. Fats. For us to carefully select the correct answer, we need to analyze all of the options and see which one best answers our question. Now, when we're talking about lipase, lipase is actually an enzyme which digests one of these food substances. So enzymes, they are biological catalysts which helps in the breaking down of food substance. And the substance in which this enzyme, lipase, digests is no other than fats. Both vitamins, proteins, and starch have various enzymes that digest them. But as for the lipase, it digests fats. Let's look at this explanation. Lipase is an enzyme the body uses to break down fats in food so they can be absorbed in the intestines. So lipase is used to break down fats. Alright? So for 28, our correct answer is option D, fats. Let's look at the next question. Question 29. All of the following are the importance of skill acquisition, except A. creates employment, B. improves quality of life, C. enslaves an apprentice, D. makes one self-reliant. For us to carefully select the correct answer, we need to analyze all of the options and see which one best answers our question. Now, our question is basically centered on one of the options that is not an importance of skill acquisition. Now, option A, create employment. Skill acquisition helps to create employment. When young ones or when individuals acquire skill, they are able to be employed in an organization or to be self-employed. So option A is not our correct answer. Option B, improves quality of life. Now, by creating employment, it will definitely improve the quality of life. So option B also is not our correct answer because skill acquisition actually improves the quality of life. Option C, enslaves an apprentice. This is not an importance of skill acquisition. We don't do enslavement in skill acquisition. It should not be a modern day slavery. An importance of skill acquisition is not to enslave an apprentice. And that would be our correct answer, option C. Option D, makes oneself reliant. That's also correct. Makes oneself reliant can also be rephrased as makes one self-employed. So option C is our correct answer. Let's check it out. Question 29, option C, enslaves an apprentice is our correct answer. Let's look at the next question. Question 30. A food substance which contains sulfur, nitrogen, and phosphorus, in addition to carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen, is A. carbohydrate, B. protein, C. fats, D. mineral. For us to carefully select the correct answer, we need to analyze all of the options and see which one best answers our question. Now, looking at carbohydrates. Carbohydrate contains only oxygen, hydrogen, and carbon. You can see it's carbohydrates. Carbohydrates. Carbon, oxygen, hydrogen. That's what carbohydrate contains. Now, when you look at protein, protein contains various substances. It contains sulfur, it contains nitrogen, it contains phosphorus, it contains carbon, hydrogen, as well as oxygen. So our correct answer is option B, protein. Fats also contain carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. While mineral can either be various individual elements like nitrogen, phosphorus can be a mineral on its own. So mineral is not the correct answer. Option B, protein, is our correct answer. Let's check it out. Question 30, option B, protein, is our correct answer. Alright, this is how far we can go in this video. I hope we had fun. Our answers came out quite easy when we analyzed the options. I'm using this time out to ask us to join our WhatsApp group using this link below so we can get updates on more videos to come and we can ask questions and comment on the previous videos we've seen. It was fun having you guys around. Till I come your way again. Bye.